Good evening everyone and welcome to a special show, The Plastic Ban and You with me, Avan Dabash. In this show, we'll take a look at the impact of the plastic ban on our daily lives. Remember, Maharashtra generates 1,200 tons of plastic waste every day, which floods the city and threatens marine life. The state administration made it clear that if the next generation has to be preserved, ban on plastic is non-negotiable. It's being described as bold, progressive and environmental friendly, but it also seems like a lot of consumers are crying foul, confused about when it came into effect and argue that there's no clarity on the exact list of items that have been covered by the move. So today on the show, we aim to alleviate all of your questions and doubts. We are going to bring on board two special guests who join in, but first let me take it across to our reporters Sanita Gora and Deepshika Ghosh. Sanita, I'm going to come to you first. Give us a broad sense of the plastic ban first up.
See, talking about what exactly is banned and what is not banned, today the Environment Minister Ramdas Kadam told specifically that the government issued a notification in the month of March and repeated it in the month of April, and all the products mentioned in that notification, only those products are banned which specifically mentioned plastic bags with or without handle, plastic and thermocol materials, which also which includes disposable cups, spoons, straws, plates, bowls, other containers which are used for packaging food, and apart from that, all the bottles below the capacity of 0.5 liters are banned. So these are the products which are banned. Apart from what items are not banned includes the nursery, the plastic bags used for the nursery plants, those are not banned. Apart from that, all the bottles with a capacity of more than 0.5 liters are not banned, but the manufacturers are supposed to put a buyback printout warning on the bottles, and so these are the list of the items which are banned and not banned. But one thing, the fact over here is, despite the notification, because people are saying that the notification itself is not clear and the confusion still remains.
In fact, let me take it across to Deepshika. And Deepshika, tell us the other side of the story. Traders seem to be crying foul. How are they coping with the ban?
As of July 24th, Maharashtra became the first state in the country to levy an almost total ban on single-use plastic items, including bags, paper cups, and so on. And we see that a lot of stakeholders from different parts of the state are complaining that they weren't given enough time to make a proper shift to a more recyclable and environmentally friendly option. We see that food delivery apps and e-commerce apps are likely to be the hardest hit by this movement. Amazon and other e-tailers rather, have moved to the ministries to be able to have a 3-month extension, because most of their deliveries, about 25 to 30%, come from Mumbai and Pune alone. And we also see that the BMC is cracking down on defaulters for the plastic bag ban really hard. We see that they are levying a fine of anywhere between 500 rupees for the smaller mandis and the smaller single shops to about 3.5 lakhs to the bigger malls, which is a massive amount as far as fines are concerned. The plastic bag ban was unprecedented and a great move in the wake of climate change and other environmental problems that we are faced with today. And we hope that other states will follow. But right now, there should be no doubts left in anybody's mind that this ban was not well thought through, and the BMC officials should be very aware of the fine print and make sure that the fines are distributed equitably across the board for defaulters and not just target vulnerable parties.
Thank you very much, Deepshika, for giving us those details. Time to bring on board our guest, Chandra Bhushan, Deputy Director General, Centre for Science and Environment. And we also have with us Ravi Raja, Opposition Leader at the BMC. Welcome, gentlemen, and thank you so much for joining in. I'm just going to begin with you first, Mr. Chandra. 1,200 tons of plastic waste every day is what Maharashtra generates. This is a step long time coming. How are you looking at the plastic ban in Maharashtra and how it's been implemented?
I think very progressive move, and I heard your reporters saying that people were not aware. I think there was enough time given to people, about a time period of 3 months was given for them to prepare for this ban. I'm really surprised about e-commerce companies. They are top-notch global companies. They should be aware about this ban and they should be preparing for this ban. But now they are saying they want 3 months of extension. I don't think these kind of things are acceptable. One can always argue that the state government and the municipal corporation could have been better prepared and could have done more information and communication regarding this ban. But overall, it is also the responsibility of the business community to pay heed to the upcoming legislation and statutes that states are coming out with. So overall, a progressive move. You must understand that about 25 states and union territories in India ban plastic bags. Maharashtra has gone a step ahead by banning also other single-use products. So this is an extremely progressive move because it will open up different sector of economy on packaging. Stopping of plastic doesn't mean that economy in other sector will not grow. You will see growth in paper sector. You will see growth in jute sector. These all are also packaging material, and new industries will come up in these areas.
Okay, point taken. I'd like to get in your thoughts, Mr. Raja. A lot of citizens are crying foul. They're saying a lot of alternatives have not really been put in place before this ban has been implemented. As you also heard our Mr. Chandra saying that a lot of e-commerce companies are asking for an extension. How are your views, not on the intention so much, but on the way that it's been implemented and the timeline given?
As a leader of the opposition in the BMC, I would like to state that this move is a positive move, but the implementation and the information which has to be provided to the stakeholders has not been given by either the state government or the BMC. Now the BMC, we are in the corporation, and there are only 250 inspectors on the field. You know what is the population of city of Mumbai? It's more than 1 crore 50 lakhs. How are you going to handle? First of all, banning of plastic is a positive step, but you have to have alternative source of to the people. Today the people are really afraid. People doesn't know that what they should use and what they shouldn't use. If 3 months back, if the government has, Maharashtra has bought this, this information, they should have at least start, talking to the people, making the people understand, making them, what is exactly, how we are going to use, what type of plastic you should use. Because today, everywhere if you see today, people are on the street of Mumbai are afraid. And one thing I am saying, you start from the manufacturer. Why the manufacturers are left alone? You should start from the manufacturer, wholesaler, retailers, and then come to the, the common man or the people. But without, you are just banning. Banning is not the only solution. You should involve the people. This is the people's movement. We are for the environment. We want that the environment should be good.
Absolutely.
This is well-being for the future generation.
Yeah, you
but
have brought up some
banning,
very crucial points,
banning,
you have brought up some very crucial points, and I will discuss that with Mr. Chandra in a bit. But this is a show where we endeavor to reach out to the viewer as well and get their questions answered. Remember, our phone lines are open. So let's connect with our first caller, Mr. Trivedi, I believe is joining in from Mumbai. Welcome to the show, sir. What's your question?
Yeah, hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, my name is Bhargav Trivedi. I'm calling from Matunga.
Okay.
See, I have already sent several WhatsApp messages and email messages. See, this is a very good plan, I would say, often. But I will also mention that it has been haphazardly implemented. Point number one, no alternative materials are offered well in advance for the manufacturers, for the retailers, for the consumers.
Right.
This is very, very short notice. Suddenly, our governments are just functioning on the whimsies. And they are not giving enough time just because some stray thought came in their mind. Just because the monsoon is approaching, they suddenly rose. All these one entire year, they were not active about it. Maybe in the past, they talked about it, but it was not properly implemented. It was not planned at all. And while I'm seeing on TV, show with the materials, what is accepted, what is not accepted. Now, lately, some of the retailers are offering cloth type bags. Now, on all the other pouches, every information is mentioned that this is minimum 50 micron pouch. Lately, whatever we have been buying from grocery stores and everything.
So, Mr. Trivedi, I understand your sentiments. I'm going to take it across to Mr. Chandra. I think his grievance, if any, is the timeline. Not enough time and not enough alternatives. Would you like to address that?
Well, you can always give more time, but the point is that I see them as a teething troubles. Whenever you implement any massive change in the society, you will have some teething troubles in the beginning. I see them as teething troubles. That's where troubleshooting should start. Markets should be made aware, consumers should be provided alternative. I like the idea of targeting the manufacturers. You cannot just ask consumers to have all the responsibility while manufacturers continue to produce these products. So, I will call it as teething trouble, and the people of Mumbai and Maharashtra will have to come together to make sure that this is a successful implementation. It is not only about future generation. If you see floods in Mumbai, a significant part can also be contributed to choking of drains by these plastics. Mumbai landfill fire and the kind of air pollution it creates is affecting the lives and health of people now. Future generation we can always talk about, but I think this plastic ban is also important for the health of the current generation. So these are teething troubles. People and businesses and governments will have to come together and troubleshoot these teething troubles.
Mr. Chandra, I would just like to get in your thoughts as well. Biting, taking the bull by its horn, if you will. A step at least has been initiated, but these are teething troubles right now.
Yes. Is this a question to me?
No, Mr. Raja, I was getting your opinion on that, alluding to the fact that one must take into cognizance that the step has just been implemented and there will be some teething troubles along the way.
No, such an important step you are going to take, and that important step, when you are bringing a ban in plastic, you have to educate the people. You have to start working with the people. Today the BMC has been told. Now as a corporator, even we have not been discussed about this. We have not been told. There are 227 corporators who are in city of Mumbai. When Mumbai BMC is going to implement, they are working on behalf of the state government. At least you talk to all the stakeholders. You have to educate. You have to see that people come along. I will give you one example. When the BMC started the waste segregation, they gave about 6 months, about 9 months, and then they started. But what happened? It is only 25% it has been successful, but 75% it has been unsuccessful. So when you have to have such type of movement, you have to involve the people, you have to educate them, you bring in alternate sources. Today you are saying go and buy a cloth bag. Where it is available? It's not available everywhere, and today one cloth bag, if you want to buy any type of bag, it is costing more than 100, 150 rupees. So these all things are there. I'll give you one more example. France has started ban on plastic ban law in 2016, but they started, this is the first country in the world who started this type of banning plastic, but they made it that the recycling system should be very effective. Make the recycling system. Secondly, you do one biological source. Start, you have to, unless you give alternative to the people, how it is possible that such type of movement how can you ban it? Banning is not the solution. Making the people in the movement, making the people know about it, educating them. Let the people. Because see, banning now, you have asked the BMC to collect the charges. What I have heard today from many sources, okay, retailer and wholesaler, they are doing it. But what happens, somewhere they go, they are saying that you have to pay 25,000.
I absolutely take your point into consideration, talking about the fact that the citizens have not really been involved. In fact, to this vein, Mr. Raja, we have lots of questions. Sakshi Pathak says, what is the regulation as far as the reuse of plastic bags is concerned? Will I be fine if I choose to reuse an old plastic bag? And we have Priyanka Sharma as well, who's reached out to us asking, does this ban include buckets and mugs that I use, or even plastic chairs? Two fairly valid questions, Mr. Chandrabhushan. Would you like to take them on board? What is the reuse of plastic bags and even buckets and mugs?
So first of all, according to our current law, which is a central law, plastic waste management rules, if your plastic bag is more than 15 micron in thickness, okay, you can reuse it. What Maharashtra has actually banned is single-use plastics. Okay, so if your plastic bag is more than 15 micron in thickness, you are allowed to use it, you know, you can. I would encourage you to keep reusing it, and over a period of time, replace it with a paper bag or other bag. This is a single-use ban, and therefore buckets and other things are not included in this ban. Buckets and mugs and other things are not for single use, they are for long term use, and they are not included in this category.
All right, I hope we were able to answer both those questions. As I said, our phone lines are open. Do you have any grievances? If you have any comments, please do reach out to us. Or if you simply have questions as to how to go about this, we will help you out. Now, I would just like to come to you to the point, Mr. Raja, that Mr. Chandrabhushan brought up with respect to the growth of the economy. Some people say that with a move like this, a lot of small retailers are being impacted because it affects their business. But there are also a lot of sectors that stand to flourish, the paper, the jute industry, etc. What about those sources of growth for the economy?
No, what I understand, on the basis of the economy, the ban result, I am just talking of the mathematics, the ban result in the loss is more than 15,000 crores, and there will be nearly 3 lakh jobs, you know, going off from the manufacturing industry. So what I am saying that, and you know, there are people who have taken loans from the bank. What will happen to them? What I am saying that when you are bringing such type of ban, you have to start working at least 1 year, you know, at least 1 year in advance. Now, for 2019, you should start now, that's okay. But suddenly, if you are, you know, see, alternate, it will take time. Always, you know, when ban comes, one product goes out, there are always alternate source of product comes in. That is good. One thing also I would like to state, when you are bringing a plastic ban, you know, there are multinational companies like who are, you know, wafers, Lays. Why that packet has not been banned? I want to ask the question to the government. You should ban that also.
Yeah.
The Lays, you know, wafers. There are other materials which
lots
plastic.
of items as well will come into question as you're bringing up, Mr. Raja. But I want to devote this show to our viewers. Salman Sheikh is with us on the phone line. Welcome to the show, Mr. Sheikh. What's your question?
Yeah, hi, good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Yeah, ma'am, I just want to ask one question. What about the in restaurant, in parcel or takeaway services, that the food we get from the restaurant, a plastic container they supply? Is this also banned? Because most of the time, if we purchase gravy that is from a small quantity, you know, they just pack in the plastic bag, not in the big container.
Right.
So this is the main question that I would like to ask from the respective person.
Thank you for sending us that question. What is your response to this, Mr. Bhushan? Is our restaurants, have they already taken steps to implement a change? What do you do if you're handed over, you know, the doggy bag in terms of a plastic bag? What does one do, or what's happening on that front?
First, so one is container and another is plastic bag. You are in any case not allowed to sell plastic bag with less than 15 micron in thickness. And I just want to make one point was, this law existed for a long time, it was never enforced. So as far as plastic bags are considered, restaurant continue to give plastic bags, single-use plastic bags of less than 15 micron in thickness. It was illegal. Okay, it was illegal yesterday, it is illegal today. So you are not supposed to sell plastic bags of less than 15 micron in thickness. As far as containers are concerned, I think a clarification, Maharashtra regulation says that they are going to ban every single use plastic and thermocol items like cutlery and spoons and other. So as far as my understanding is concerned, maybe these single use small containers which is used to pack food should also be included, because these are single use items which are thrown after being used for a small period of time. So, but I think a clarification is required, and maybe your viewers should ask for this clarification.
Absolutely, from the restaurant as well, and get in more clarity on that. Dilip is with us on the phone line from Mumbai. Welcome to the show, Dilip. What's your question?
My question is how to protect with paper bags and other things small electronic items we are carrying in the rain when there is no umbrella and we are stranded.
So, did you say how will you protect items in a paper bag?
Yeah.
I think that's what I understood.
Electronic item, you say.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
How would you, Mr. Bhushan, like to address that?
Well, where there is a will, there is a way. That's the simple answer I can give right now. I mean to say, I'm sure the market will come out with solutions, for protecting a small electronic item. I think the viewer was asking how he will protect his mobile phone during rains. Right now, he might be wrapping it into a plastic. So I think long-term plastic is not banned. So if a pouch which is not for single use and it is for protecting the mobile phone, I'm sure is allowed. So those kind of products will also come into the market for long-term use of plastic products.
Okay, Mahesh Suri has sent us a question. He says, I run a small takeaway joint in Andheri. My business has taken a huge beating ever since the plastic ban. What are the options for me now since I can't use plastic containers? What would you like to tell them? Because I'm sure the restaurant industry relies very, very heavily on these plastic containers.
Well, my answer to Mahesh is that, he will have to look at different material and different business model. Say, for example, he can think about a tiffin system where the consumer and he can have a buyback arrangement where he can pack his food not in a single use plastic container, but in a different container, and if the consumer brings it back, he gives back the money. So what this plastic ban forces us, it forces us to rethink business differently and in a much more sustainable way. For example, a container made from clay, historically when plastic was not there, food was being packed in clay containers, the small matkas in which, in fact, a lot of restaurants still continue to do that. So my only request to everyone in Mumbai
but now
is
waking up at the nth hour and thinking of creative ways and different ways, I think that's where a lot of these problems are arising, that now that it's been banned, you need to come up with ways when that should have perhaps been done a bit earlier. But let's get in Bhavin Ashar with us on the phone line. Welcome to the show, Bhavin. What's your question?
Yes, thank you so much. See, I have a question is, most of these electronic gadgets or most of the electronic appliances come with a plastic packing. When you open the thermocol or the cardboard box, they have plastic wrapped around it. Say, example, a laptop. Now, when you open the laptop, whether in the office or whether at home or in a public utility or a public place, then what are the implications for a consumer like me?
Yeah, plastic packaging is also huge for industries, particularly electronic items. Mr. Chandra, what are you advising?
Industry will have to find alternative which is much more sustainable. That is the answer I can give you right now. And as I said, it will force industry to find solution. Right now, plastic is a very easy way out. For everything and anything, you just have to get this cheap material which has huge environmental cost. Okay. So I'm sure industry will find answers and consumer will find answers to this. It is, and therefore, as I said, in the beginning, you will find that there are problems. But in long run, these answers will become mainstream.
Okay. Just wanted to get in some comments from you as well then, Mr. Raja, as to you know, while we are hearing out a lot of hindrances from customers, different questions that they're asking, be it packaging, restaurant industry, etc., how would otherwise things have been done differently if a drastic step had not been just taken?
No, drastic step is not the answer. That's why I'm saying that, the people should have been, been inculcated in the system. They should have been taken into confidence. They should have been, told how to, that, from 2019, we are coming with the ban. So, you start now within 6 months, I give you time to the manufacturers, to all the stakeholders. 6 months time was I think enough for, for them to change into an alternate source of packaging. One thing I would like to say that, Sweden. Sweden is one of the world best recycling nation, is one of the best. They have come out with no plastic bans, but instead more plastic recycling unit. So, you have to come out, the government has to come out with an innovative idea. Today the BMC has just got one machine in front of the corporation, and that machine is also not working. So, such type of machines where it is recycled, such type of machine has to be, the government has to come out. When you are bringing a ban, why can't the government come out with a machinery where it can be recycled? You start. Why can't the government do that also? Government has got enough financial, to carry on this type of activities. But just banning, and after banning, you are trying for alternate source. That is not the right method. I think the government should rethink, and banning and charging the people and giving penalty to the people, that is not the right thing to be done, at least for the present moment.
Thanks very much then for joining in, gentlemen. I'm afraid we're completely out of time, and to our viewers, we tried to take on board all of your queries, and it seems that while this intention has been very good and a strong and a bold move has been taken, more alternatives need to have been put into place, and not at the nth hour. With that, it's a wrap on the show. Thank you so much for connecting with us and for watching.